Let's talk about all the books I read in the months of September and October. Hi, welcome or welcome back. If you don't know who I am, I'm Kate, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my wrap up from September and October. Now, I didn't get around to reading a lot of books this month, but I did read some really good books that have kind of like stuck with me, or like books I just think are objectively good or fun. And so I'm going to be telling you about them. In total, I read 5 books. 2 of them were romance, 2 of them were fantasy, and 1 of them was more of a literary fiction. So let's start out with the first book. The first book that I read in the month of September was Fearful by Lauren Roberts. This is part of the Powerless trilogy, and this is a novella, the last novella and the last book in the whole series. If you don't know what the Powerless trilogy is about, it's about this girl named Hayden, and it's like this, she gets selected to be in these trials or whatever, and it's like a whole ordinary versus the elites or whatever. But anyway, this is the last book. It is a novella. It's pretty short. I did annotate it some because I really wanted to, because this is my favorite series of all time, or one of my favorite, it's definitely my favorite romantic series of all time. So I wanted to annotate them because I do want to one day go back and read all of them and annotate them. So I was like, let me get a head start on this. But I did stop right here because I just wanted to read the book, and I thought this book was very good. It's just not really what I wanted from this series, if you understand what I'm saying. I love Lauren Roberts as an author, and her writing in this book was literally magical. That's why I needed to annotate it. But it's not what I expected. I knew it was gonna be a novella about the characters, I don't want to say because it's kind of a spoiler for the series, but it just wasn't my favorite book in the series. My favorite book in the series is probably still Powerless, and then would also be Fearless. Those are my 2 favorite. But and also it wasn't my favorite novella. I don't know, I feel like I'm saying a lot of things I didn't like about it, but I really did enjoy it. On Goodreads, I still gave it a 5-star, but I just don't know how to rate novellas, but I give all her work 5 stars because all of them to me are truly 5 stars. But this one, the romance aspect, I just, between the main 2, the people who have the point of views in this book, I'm trying, I probably sound very vague, but I'm trying not to give anything away. That romance aspect, I feel kind of cheated by it, or I feel like it didn't need to be there, and because it never really went into anything. So it kind of as a romance lover and as rooting for this one person to be happy, or really both the people to be happy, it kind of hurt when it didn't, whatever. But I feel that was maybe the point. So it was executed beautifully. It's just not my favorite in the series. This next book is probably my least favorite book from these 2 months, and that is God of Pain by Rena Kent. This took me way longer to read than it needed to. It is objectively a big book, but I just didn't feel it needed to be this long, one, and it was kind of boring at times for me. I think it was just the trope I didn't really like in this. The connection just wasn't, it was built, but it wasn't for me between the 2 main characters. This is an interconnected standalone, and this is the second in the, I almost said another series, in the Legacy of God series, so I can kind of talk about what this is about. It's between Kraden and Annika, and the tropes, I just, it's not for me. I'll let you look those up, and definitely check your trigger warnings for this book. It just, compared to the first one, I just don't think it was that good, and I just don't think that the writing was as good either, and I just don't think the characters were as good. Just everything compared to the first one just wasn't the best. So I gave the first one in this series, God of Malice, 5 stars, and God of Pain I gave it 3 stars. It was still good. I still like the series. I'm still continuing it. I just feel there could have been so much more in this book. And I think it was probably the MMC that just didn't do it for me. He just wasn't my favorite, but overall it was still pretty good. This next book I really enjoyed, and that is Lost and Lassoed by Lila Sage. I really enjoyed this book. This is a like cowboy romance, Grumpy Sunshine. Like she's his nanny for his child. These are also, I think, interconnected standalones. This is between Gus and Teddy, and I really felt like really seen in this book by Teddy. I read this in my reading vlog, or my like day in a life vlog, so if you want to see like more really in depth and like raw feelings, go check that out. But I really liked Teddy because I felt really connected to her, but Gus at times kind of like made me really upset, and then like wouldn't make me really upset. Like I was really mixed emotions about this guy, and I also think it was also an enemies to lovers, or like dislike to lovers or whatever. And I just thought that they never really like, they explored the reasons for not liking each other, but at the same time they didn't. But I don't know, just some of the characters in this book really like irritated me. That's what made it a 4-star instead of a 5, because it definitely had 5-star potential. But like I really enjoyed it, but there's just like those 1 or 2 things that was like not for me. But I like their romance when they stopped hating each other or whatever. It was sweet, and I liked how they I really liked how Teddy was with Gus's daughter. I think that they'll be great parents together one day. I act like I'm talking like they're real. That's so embarrassing. But yeah, and seeing like some of my favorite characters, like from Done and Dusted, which is the first book in the series. I forgot to mention, this is the 3rd book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series, and it's definitely, I really loved Done and Dusted when I read it, and then I hated Swift and Saddle when I read it. That's probably like my least favorite book from this year. But then I also really love Lost and Lasted, so they're kind of like all over the scale for me. But anyway, I definitely recommend this book. It's a really good just romance book. The book we have is Good Material by Dolly Alderton. This is what I meant when I have a 1 literary fiction book. Guys, I really love this book. It was very like I would say kind of niche. Like you have to like these specific things to, I feel like this, and they kind of like check the boxes for me. This is about like a man who's like 35 years old, and the love of his life literally just broke up with him, and it's just kind of like living through the next few months after that with him, and how he's like grieving the loss of that relationship, and how he's like trying to like basically not start his life over, but live his life without this person. And I don't know, it really like, I don't want to say spoke to me, but it kind of spoke to me. I've never felt like so, like I never thought I would feel as a teenage girl feel connected to a 35-year-old man. But it's like, it really shows like how humans, we can be really different, but really like we all kind of go through the same things at the end of the day. And I thought that was really like eye-opening kind of, and I did give this a 5 stars, so I definitely recommend this book. But I can see why people would think this is boring or whatever. Like it took me like maybe like a week or 2 to read, just because like I really tried to like soak it in. And I also love the setup of this book, how it's like each different chapter is like a new day or something, and I really enjoyed that. I wouldn't know if this would be a happy ending. Like there's like a romantic subplot, like this whole like sense of loss and sense of like finding a new life is because of like a thing, because of a romantic thing, but like not because like the breakup or whatever, which that it's on the back. So I don't know if any of these are spoilers, but it's really just about this guy like trying to live his life without his person or whatever. And I don't know, it was kind of sad too. So definitely, like if you've gone through anything similar to like things in this book, I would like check that. But that's probably why I like felt so connected to it, because of the whole like loss of a relationship or whatever thing. And it's like loss of a romantic relationship when it's not your choice, like when you don't want it to end. That's like the thing that I probably felt the most close to, not to get all like sappy on here or whatever. But yeah, I definitely recommend. This last book took me a while to read, but it was definitely worth it, and that is Zodiac Academy Book 2, Ruthless Fae. This book is honestly, I think, goes between like a few days or like a couple of weeks, because it's not a few days, it's definitely like a couple of weeks, but it's definitely a big book for just a couple of weeks. But I think it's fun. I think this series is fun. I understand the criticisms and everything, but I just love this world. I love all the different like magic things, because they have like orders, and then they have like celestial magic from their zodiac sign, and then they have their elemental magic, and they all kind of like coincide or like go with each other, and I just love that. It's like, you would think it would be complex, but it's like really easy to understand and grasp, and I really like that about this, because it's not a hard read. Like, I'm not saying that it's a bad book. Like, I don't think it's a bad book. I rated this at 4.75, but it's not like the most like get you thinking like the last book I read. So it's good to always have like things like this, and I'm really enjoying this series. Like, I already went and bought the next book in this series, and I will definitely be continuing it, and I can only see it like getting better from here. Everyone says you have to get through the first 3 books before it really starts getting good, and if I'm already enjoying it now, I can like only imagine. My favorite thing about this book, other than the like whole like elemental thing, is probably like the found family that the 2 main characters in this book are starting to like explore and everything. And I really like the romance too. Like, right now it's not like romance heavy, and it's not really good, but like I can see like the male main characters starting to like not break, but like fall, like starting to like catch feelings almost, and I really enjoyed that. And I think that like the 2 main characters are twins or whatever. I think they're about to like have this big like twist in the next book, and you kind of can see that like breaking through at the end. If you have never read these books or never even heard it makes no sense what I'm saying right now, but if you have, you probably know what I'm saying. But anyway, like, I really enjoy the Zodiac Academy series. I know the criticisms out there, but I'm just not accepting them, because, you know, it's good to read things and form your own opinions, like I've done with like the Zodiac Academy and all these series. That I've talked about today have kind of like got not backlash on, but like definitely people have their opinions about them, so I think it's definitely good to form your own. With all of that being said, this video is now coming to an end. It shouldn't be too long, because I only read 5 books, but that's definitely still good. I do average about like 3 to 4 books a month, but I can't beat myself too much about it, because I am a full-time student or whatever, and like I'm in a lot of things like extracurriculars that are really important to me and stuff, so I can't get mad at myself. But reading is like, at the end of the day, the thing I probably like love doing the most, anything with books or whatever, and so it's good to like make time for like the stuff you love. But if you can't read like 100 books a month, like everyone understands, and I definitely do, because I can only read 5 in 2 months. But anyway, make sure y'all all stick to doing what you love. I love reading. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. I love you.